What's up, people of Tucani? I hope you had a great summer. I personally had a really nice time in nature with family, got engaged, and right now I'm back to bring you some content on Orori just after the 1-year anniversary, releasing an awesome live action short film that you've probably all seen, and that was super exciting. So let's get back into it. This is the first episode of an ongoing tutorial series around Orori Tactics, the competitive PvP game in the Orori universe. This video is brought to you in collaboration with Orori Project themselves, who are showing great support toward my journey as a content creator. Together, we want to help scale the competitiveness of the game by bringing you knowledge in the clearest way possible. With the release of the latest patch, there is so much to cover, so let's dive into the basics before anything else. After launching the game in the Nexus, you will be thrown in Kitty's Tavern, where you can choose to play against an AI or to play against a player. There you can select 3 Nefties you will battle with. When you look at the Nefties, you'll see first of all the stats, which are very reminiscent of any RPGs out there. We have health points, which is the amount of damage your Nefty can take before being knocked out. Movement range is how many cells your Nefty can move each turn. Initiative impacts the turn order of the Nefties in the game. Then we get physical force, which impacts physical attacks. Physical defense, which blocks damage coming from physical attacks. Ethereal force and defense work exactly in the same way, but apply to abilities which deal ethereal damages. Each Nefties have a set of unique abilities which embody what kind of Nefty you're playing. Whether it's a damage dealer, a tank, a disruptor, or a support, all of them come with 1 basic ability, 1 passive, and 3 specials.
And of course we got the ultimate special skill.
The passive ability is an automatic ability that can have a major impact on the playstyle of your entire Nefty team. So please read them out carefully and don't be afraid to test them out to understand them better. The basic ability is different for every Nefty, but overall it's a basic attack that can be either close combat or ranged. Then we get special abilities, which are skills that require high points in order to be played. They can be ranged, multi-targets, displacements, buff, debuffs, heals, and so much more. It's fun to simply go in game and discover them for yourself, but be aware that while some abilities play out during your turn, you also have some that don't, which are reactions and stances. Reactions are secret abilities that you can switch on and that will only play out if an enemy Nefty triggers them before your next turn. Reactions can only trigger once per turn. And then we get stances, which are very similar to reactions, except that they are not secret and can be triggered multiple times using hype every single time. Now that you know the basic skills and you have chosen your team, let's start a fight in Kitty's Tavern. As soon as you find an opponent, you will be randomly thrown into one of the many different maps that all carry their own personalities. Each map usually consists of 2 camps of 7 by 7 squares for each player and a 7 by 3 neutral zone right in the middle. I guess you see where this is going, right?
For Frodo.
The other important thing to note is that you can find different cells on the battlefield. You have regular basic cells to walk on, obstacles which actually certain Nefties can avoid and fly over, hype cells which give hype points, bumper cells which allow your Nefties to jump, and of course some healing pads. When the game starts, the Nefty with the highest initiative goes first. The turn order will constantly change throughout the game, as this is a time track based game, meaning that every action and movements actually cost you time. And it is a concept that honestly is not always easy to grasp. Don't worry, I will make a video specifically about this topic. For now, just be aware that even if an attack seems extremely powerful, it might actually cost a lot of time, which will mean that you wait a lot of time for your Nefty to perform an ability again. During your turn, you have 20 seconds to move and or perform an ability or simply do nothing. You can move only once per turn with some exceptional cases, and you can choose to move with the auto path, or you can actually select your own path by holding down the shift key when moving. At first, your Nefties are going to have to perform basic attacks, but their personality will truly shine once they start to use special skills, which require hype to play. Hype is like mana, if you will, and can be collected in multiple ways. The most common ways is through attacks. When a Nefty attacks, all other Nefties on the battlefield will gain hype accordingly. The Nefty that actually performs the ability does not get any hype. The more you get into the game, the more you'll need to learn by heart the hype cost of every ability and plan your strategy accordingly. So better subscribe now if you haven't done it yet, and keep an eye out for my upcoming tutorials. Another simple way to gain hype is to end your turn on a hype cell. Also, it's important to note that when an Nefty faints, all its hype is transferred to the closest Nefty ally.
You are the only one fit to carry my javelin.
For anyone who are just joining the game and discovering, it's important to note that Ori prides itself with the goal to become a highly competitive game from an esport standpoint. In order for any game to reach that kind of level, they obviously need to be really well balanced, which the team is constantly working on, but they also need to be challenging to learn, have a great learning curve that player can discover over time. So when you play Ori for the first time, you might be thrown off by all the underlying mechanics, by the timer, or even by the simple fact that every single Nefty has different stats. It's okay, the more you play, the more you learn, the more you understand your Nefties and their abilities, giving you a better chance to rank up that leaderboard or to rank down.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.